everyone, we're here today to see if this allergen detection dog Chai can pick out the one specific scent that her mom is allergic to, walnuts, amongst a bunch of different other food items, including cauliflower, peppers, peas, bananas, and the hard one, mozzarella cheese. So let's see if she can do it.
All right, she's getting right to work, checking each tin, not fooled by that cheese one bit, heading down the aisle, and wow, look at that confidence. She nailed it.
Have you ever considered training an allergy detection service dog before? Hi, I'm Laura from Doggy U, and today I'm here with Jackie Lampert from Center Stage Dog Training to learn more about allergen detection service dogs. Hey Jackie, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with, what is an allergy detection service dog?
So an allergy detection service dog is a dog that has been trained to detect a target odor that the handler is allergic to. So this could range from an anaphylaxis response to just a sensitivity or intolerance to the food.
Gotcha, okay. And what can they actually smell? Like, what are some things that you might be able to train the dog to alert to?
Pretty much anything. So anything from gluten, latex, shellfish, nuts, anything that the dogs can smell and it's safe for them. So there's only a couple things that we wouldn't want to train, things that might be super spicy for them to smell, can not be comfortable for them, but otherwise, as long as we can break it down into the allergen, we can teach them to detect it.
Very cool. And can they smell it? Like, I imagine if food is a major one that people, I'm assuming, would want to train for, can they smell it through the packaging? Like, do you have to hold up like a fully made sandwich, or could you hold up a bag with something in it?
They can smell it through the bags or the classic packaging that's in grocery stores.
Cool, very cool. So once they're trained to this allergen, what do they do, or how do they show the handler that yes, there is this allergen in this item and they should stay away from it?
Yeah, so once they have the odor recognition, we train an alert separate. Typically, clients opt for a passive alert, which is something that wouldn't involve contact with the client to reduce the risk of them passing any content of the allergen over. So typically things like a bow, laying down, a sit, anything that can be a clear behavior that shows, hey, I found this, it's present, but without touching the handler.
That makes sense. So I would love to see where Chai is in the process, because I know you're like starting the training process with Chai, and I'd love to see some real life examples of that. But first, maybe let's go over what the training journey looks like when we're talking about training an allergen detection service dog.
Absolutely. So when you start in that first intro stage, it takes about 6 weeks or so. We're really just teaching the foundations of searching. We want a dog that searches independently and confidently, completely away from the handler, so that we know that they understand the concept of searching and have the drive to do it versus taking any cues from us. We really want them driving to the source of whatever that odor is and not worrying about what we could have to do with it.
Yeah, I know that in other types of service dog, handlers cueing the alert without even knowing it is such a problem.
Absolutely. Yeah. That can really mess with the dog. If we accidentally do something, they start false alerting in an effort to get a reward, and then you could be taking foods out of your diet that could potentially be totally safe for you, and that could be pretty limiting.
Absolutely.
So that first stage when you're teaching them about searching is the intro stage. And in that intro stage, you really want to be sure that you're teaching them the concept of searching in as many different environments as possible. If you think of where your dog is going to have to work, you want them to already have that confidence in those environments before you're ever introducing the odor.
So here's an example setup for teaching the foundation of searching. Jackie plants different treats in takeout containers amongst some toy distractions on the floor. Some containers have food and some are empty. Then she goes ahead and releases Chai to the search. Notice how Chai isn't looking to the handler for any cues while she searches out the food placed in different containers, ignoring the toys on the floor. It's a pretty simple but valuable exercise.
From the intro stage, we then move into the imprinting stage. So this is when we're actually introducing the target odor. We start by pairing it with food. We're still doing independent searches. Handler has nothing to do with it. Dog is now just learning to pair that scent with the food reward. This stage also lasts about 6 weeks. And towards the end of this stage, we do start introducing handler rewards, but they're still out searching independently in the environment.
So in this progression of the training, we're now pairing the scent sample, in this case the walnuts, in the takeout containers with the food. Chai learns that the scent of the walnut predicts something good happening, like in this instance, she finds a food reward in the container. This helps to transfer the skill of searching for food from the intro stage to the odor recognition stage.
And before we move on to step 3, I'd love it if you could head on down and boop that like button. Doing so lets me know you want more of these videos, and it also brings more people to the channel, which means that I can provide more free and low-cost resources. It's seriously the easiest thing that you can do to show me that you're getting value from these videos. So thank you for smashing that like button. All right, let's head on to step 3.
And the next stage is proofing, and this is the longest stage in the allergen detection training process.
Yeah, proofing in all types of service dog work, and even just in regular pet dog stuff. That's the one that people forget all the time, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, and this is the stage where we're teaching it as a concept. So we're introducing all the different food categories, we're introducing trace amounts cooked into other foods. If you're talking about food allergens, this is where we're teaching them to alert, we're teaching an all clear behavior. So there are a ton of steps within the proofing process that are super, super important.
And then I'm assuming you have to do it all over too, not just in your house, or else it won't work those places.
Yep, exactly. So through the whole process, starting at that intro stage, you're doing this everywhere. So the dog is really generalizing the concept to different places.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So here's an example similar to the first exercise, but this time with only 2 odors that aren't the target odor. Remember that it's really important that you don't develop any patterns in your training, for instance, always putting the target odor last, or your dog will pick up on that pattern.
Then the last stage is when you start changing the presentation. So this is when you get to the flashy stuff, introducing it on a plate, in a cup, packaging, all these different items where you're really presenting it to the dog, having them check and having that alert and all clear behavior. So that's
so
product.
useful.
Yeah.
For the handler. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so now that we have an overview of what the process looks like, tell me what you're doing with Chai. Tell me a little bit about Chai, your dog.
Yeah, so I raised Chai for a guide dog school. She was career changed, and now she's my demo dog. So she's going through the allergen detection process. I have a tree nut allergy, so it's super useful for around the house stuff.
Yeah.
And she is in the proofing stage. So she's done her independent searching, she's done her imprinting on the odor, and now we're starting to add different food categories.
Oh, cool. So can we maybe see a little bit of her working?
Absolutely.
Let's do it!
I start by putting down our non-allergen ingredients. And then I get the allergen so nothing gets contaminated. And then I go get Chai. Yes, mark and reward for the odor recognition. Good girl.
All right, everyone, I hope that video is helpful in giving you a better idea of what an allergy detection service dog does. Thank you so much, Jackie, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we will have Jackie's website down in the description below, along with some other resources that you might want to check out for you and your service dog. Boobs. Shoulders back. Great, we're doing it.
The next stage is proofing. This is the longest stage.
I forgot what I was
I was like,
yeah, I was supposed to say something. Over to you, Laura. Blank face.
crickets.
Okay, we'll try it again. Let's do it again. You did great.
Okay.
All right. End scene. Sorry. I'm ready.
I'm not. Okay. Okay.
Can we maybe see a little bit of her working?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.